For many times I was laughed at and not believed in, but it was still a kid with a dream and a belief in himself.
I feel I still have room to improve. I still set goals for myself to strive for. I'm never complacent with what I've achieved.
We have money, we have everything, we have fame. But the most important thing is the family. Keep your family healthy, good, and take care of your family, because this is the most important thing in the world.
Failing to prepare was preparing to fail. The night before a game, I ate the same food. I went to bed at the same time. I got up, I ate the same breakfast. Some people call it superstition, but it's a routine.
I went on the courts with just a ball and a racket and a hope.
Because you might be actually not feeling great physically or mentally, you're drained, but the confidence somehow gets you through. And when you don't have confidence, that's then when you have to sort of trust all the hard work you've done, and you have to keep on working hard so success comes back.
I make mistakes, but I strive every day to be a perfectionist.
Set yourself a definite goal and work hard toward that goal, and don't let anything or anyone stop you in the process, no matter what it is.
I didn't really care about the standings or, the perception of my style or whatever, as long as I could keep learning these new tricks. And so as I was successful in competition and winning a lot of the events, my job was just to keep getting better.
All of you, I know you got him. I know you got him picked, but the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
People perform better when there's no safety net. People perform better in sports and everything else if you don't have a plan B.
We were down 1-0, and if you walked into our locker room at halftime, you thought we were up 3-0.
Nothing external can defeat the internal. The only thing that can take someone down or break you down is internal. Nothing external is strong enough.
You just never give up, because you never know what can happen. You never know who you can inspire and who you can influence.
I'm not going to go out and say I'm the greatest this or that. I was a kid with a dream. That's it.
You have to fail in order to climb that ladder.
You are fighting the greatest fight of all times.
And I fought because I knew it was not doomed to be a losing fight. It couldn't be a losing fight.
As long as you believe in what you're doing and you're doing things you love to do, then you can go out there and be the best at it. And that's, that should give you a lot of enjoyment, fulfillment in your life.
Always keep an open mind that there's something out there for each and every one of you. And it's up to you to go out there and find your niche.
You learn just to stick with it. I mean, there's lots of days where you don't really feel like doing it, or you don't feel like grinding it out, and you got to do it. Those are the highs and lows of being an athlete, and if you want to feel those highs, you got to go through those lows every now and then.
This time when you run and you just want to stop, you just want to give up, like, to hell with this, I just want to go home. This day when you get up and you know what, you have a training today, you know it's going to be intense, and you're like, oh God, I don't want to go today, but you got to go.
When you play sports and you're committed to something, the commitment, the responsibility of showing up to practice on time, to being there for your teammates, to listening to your coaches, it's a responsibility that you have when you're playing with a group, that you have to hold your end of the bargain.
When you have to make a putt, you make a putt. You have to hit the shot, you hit the shot. You just sort of like drop into another zone, and you block out everything.
Sometimes the will can outdo the skill. And sometimes a fella's will is stronger than the man who's actually better physically, and the determination weakens the other man just to see him so determined.
I still feel I have a lot to prove, not just as a player, but as a person, as a father. When I get to a point where I feel I can improve as a player, I walk away from the game.
I am the greatest. Hard f***ing work. You put it in, you believe in it, you will succeed.
Everything was done to try to learn how to become a better basketball player. Everything. And so when you have that point of view, then literally the world becomes your library to help you become better at your craft.
Some of the best athletes, the greatest athletes in the world, do things when they're uncomfortable.
You just have to stay calm, because it's not finished to the last point, no matter how close you get. I've been working so hard. all my life to be here, and I was determined to get this.
You gotta start from way down the bottom. You gotta let it grow up with you. And if you're successful and you tried hard enough, you're bound to come out on top. Just like these boys have come to the top now.
Mentally, we have a vision, we have a finish that we have to attain, and sometimes you have to do it when you're old and you're tired, and I think it's the test of your will to succeed.
For many times I was laughed at and not believed in, but it was still a kid with a dream and a belief in himself.
I feel I still have room to improve. I still set goals for myself to strive for. I'm never complacent with what I've achieved.
We have money, we have everything, we have fame. But the most important thing is the family. Keep your family healthy, good, and take care of your family, because this is the most important thing in the world.
Failing to prepare was preparing to fail. The night before a game, I ate the same food. I went to bed at the same time. I got up, I ate the same breakfast. Some people call it superstition, but it's a routine.
I went on the courts with just a ball and a racket and a hope.
Because you might be actually not feeling great physically or mentally, you're drained, but the confidence somehow gets you through. And when you don't have confidence, that's then when you have to sort of trust all the hard work you've done, and you have to keep on working hard so success comes back.
I make mistakes, but I strive every day to be a perfectionist.
Set yourself a definite goal and work hard toward that goal, and don't let anything or anyone stop you in the process, no matter what it is.
I didn't really care about the standings or, the perception of my style or whatever, as long as I could keep learning these new tricks. And so as I was successful in competition and winning a lot of the events, my job was just to keep getting better.
All of you, I know you got him. I know you got him picked, but the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
People perform better when there's no safety net. People perform better in sports and everything else if you don't have a plan B.
We were down 1-0, and if you walked into our locker room at halftime, you thought we were up 3-0.
Nothing external can defeat the internal. The only thing that can take someone down or break you down is internal. Nothing external is strong enough.
You just never give up, because you never know what can happen. You never know who you can inspire and who you can influence.
I'm not going to go out and say I'm the greatest this or that. I was a kid with a dream. That's it.
You have to fail in order to climb that ladder.
You are fighting the greatest fight of all times.
And I fought because I knew it was not doomed to be a losing fight. It couldn't be a losing fight.
As long as you believe in what you're doing and you're doing things you love to do, then you can go out there and be the best at it. And that's, that should give you a lot of enjoyment, fulfillment in your life.
Always keep an open mind that there's something out there for each and every one of you. And it's up to you to go out there and find your niche.
You learn just to stick with it. I mean, there's lots of days where you don't really feel like doing it, or you don't feel like grinding it out, but you got to do it. Those are the highs and lows of being an athlete, and if you want to feel those highs, you got to go through those lows every now and then.
This time when you run and you just want to stop, you just want to give up, like, to hell with this, I just want to go home. This day when you get up and you know what you have a training today, you know it's going to be intense, and you're like, oh God, I don't want to go today, but you got to go.
When you play sports and you're committed to something, the commitment, the responsibility of showing up to practice on time, to being there for your teammates, to listening to your coaches. It's a responsibility that you have when you're playing with a group, that you have to hold your end of the bargain.
When you have to make a putt, you make a putt. You have to hit the shot, you hit the shot. You just sort of like drop into another zone and you block out everything.
Sometimes the will can outdo the skill. And sometimes a fella's will is stronger than the man who's actually better physically, and the determination weakens the other man just to see him so determined.
I still feel I have a lot to prove, not just as a player, but as a person, as a father. When I get to a point where I feel I can improve as a player, I walk away from the game.
I am the greatest. Hard f***ing work. You put it in, you believe in it, you will succeed.
Everything was done to try to learn how to become a better basketball player. Everything. And so when you have that point of view, then literally the world becomes your library to help you become better at your craft.
Some of the best athletes, the greatest athletes in the world, do things when they're uncomfortable.
You just have to stay calm because it's not finished to the last point, no matter how close you get. I've been working so hard all my life to be here, and I was determined to get this.
You gotta start from way down the bottom. You gotta let it grow up with you. And if you're successful and you try hard enough, you're bound to come out on top, just like these boys have come to the top now.
Mentally, we have a vision, we have a finish that we have to attain, and sometimes you have to do it when you're old and you're tired, and I think it's the test of your will to succeed.
For many times I was laughed at and not believed in, but it was still a kid with a dream and a belief in himself.
I feel I still have room to improve. I still set goals for myself to strive for. I'm never complacent with what I've achieved.
We have money, we have everything, we have fame. But the most important thing is the family. Keep your family healthy, good, and take care of your family, because this is the most important thing in the world.
Failing to prepare was preparing to fail. The night before a game, I ate the same food. I went to bed at the same time. I got up, I ate the same breakfast. Some people call it superstition, but it's a routine.
I went on the courts with just a ball and a racket and a hope.
Because you might be actually not feeling great physically or mentally, you're drained, but the confidence somehow gets you through. And when you don't have confidence, that's then when you have to sort of trust all the hard work you've done, and you have to keep on working hard so success comes back.
I make mistakes, but I strive every day to be a perfectionist.
Set yourself a definite goal and work hard toward that goal, and don't let anything or anyone stop you in the process, no matter what it is.
I didn't really care about the standings or, the perception of my style or whatever, as long as I could keep learning these new tricks. And so as I was successful in competition and winning a lot of the events, my job was just to keep getting better.
All of you, I know you got him. I know you got him picked, but the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
People perform better when there's no safety net. People perform better in sports and everything else if you don't have a plan B.
We were down 1-0. If you walked into our locker room at halftime, you thought we were up 3-0.
Nothing external can defeat the internal. The only thing that can take someone down or break you down is internal. Nothing external is strong enough.
You just never give up because you never know what can happen. You never know who you can inspire and who you can influence.
I'm not going to go out and say I'm the greatest this or that. I was a kid with a dream. That's it.
You have to fail in order to climb that ladder.
You are fighting the greatest fight of all times.
And I fought because I knew it was not doomed to be a losing fight. It couldn't be a losing fight.
You know, as long as you believe in what you're doing and you're doing things you love to do, then you can go out there and be the best at it. And that's, you know, that should give you a lot of enjoyment, fulfillment in your life.
Always keep an open mind that there's something out there for each and every one of you. And it's up to you to go out there and find your niche.
You learn just to stick with it. I mean, there's lots of days where you don't really feel like doing it, or you don't feel like grinding it out, and but you got to do it. You know, those are the highs and lows of being an athlete, and if you wanna feel those highs, you got to go through those lows every now and then.
This time when you run and you just want to stop, you just want to give up, like to hell with this, I just want to go home. This day when you get up and you know what you have a training today, you know it's gonna be intense, and you're like, oh God, I don't want to go today, but you gotta go.
When you play sports and you're committed to something, the commitment, the responsibility of showing up to practice on time, to being there for your teammates, to listening to your coaches, it's a responsibility that you have when you're playing with a group, that you have to hold your end of the bargain.
When you have to make a putt, you make a putt. You have to hit the shot, you hit the shot. You just sort of like drop into another zone and you block out everything.
Sometimes the will can outdo the skill. And sometimes a fella's will is stronger than the man who's actually better physically, and the determination weakens the other man just to see him so determined.
I still feel I have a lot to prove, not just as a player, but as a person, as a father. When I get to a point where I feel I can improve as a player, I walk away from the game.
I am the greatest. Hard fucking work. You put it in, you believe in it, you will succeed.
Everything was done to try to learn how to become a better basketball player. Everything. And so when you have that point of view, then literally the world becomes your library to help you become better at your craft.
Some of the best athletes, or the greatest athletes in the world, do things when they're uncomfortable.
You just have to stay calm because it's not finished to the last point, no matter how close you get. I've been working so hard all my life to be here, and I was determined to get this.
You gotta start from way down the bottom. You gotta let it grow up with you. And if you're successful and you try hard enough, you're bound to come out on top. Just like these boys have come to the top now.
Mentally, we have a vision, we have a finish that we have to attain, you know, and sometimes you have to do it when you're old and you're tired, you know, and I think it's the test of your will to succeed.
For many times I was laughed at and not believed in, but it was still a kid with a dream and a belief in himself.
I feel I still have room to improve. I still set goals for myself to strive for. I'm never complacent with what I've achieved.
We have money, we have everything, we have fame. But the most important thing is the family. Keep your family healthy, good, and take care of your family, because this is the most important thing in the world.
Failing to prepare was preparing to fail. The night before a game, I ate the same food. I went to bed at the same time.
All right, guys, here we go. We are starting with the opening lag. We have Vadim Brown for Good Chemistry, and we have Rogers Hill for Kings of the Hill. And I will be back in 2 seconds. All right, guys. Here we go with the action. And we've got the opening rack of semifinals, day 2, between Good Chemistry, Kings of the Hill. Kings of the Hill leads 4-2. Race of 7 sets. So pretty big opening point here. Good Chemistry would love to tighten it up 4-3. Kings of the Hill would love to lengthen it out 5-2. So Rogers pockets a 2, and he's not going to have much on the 4. He might be able to play safe and draw behind the 5. I don't see too much else. Yeah, I hit that pretty well too. I'm going to be joined by Joe Kearns for some commentary very soon. Please like and share the stream, guys. I'm just sharing it to some groups right now real quick. If you could also share it, it would be greatly appreciated. So Vadim with a 1-rail kick at the 4, hit it good, but he sold out a shot. But Rogers with a good chance to run out here. He's got an open rack. And he'd love to strike first. And not much stopping him here. He's got a good line on the 6 to go to the 7, and the 9's hanging. So I expect him to run out here. Strike first, getting on the board. And just like that, looks like Rogers Hill's going to run these balls out. Strike first, take a 1-0 lead against Vadim Brown. Matt Bissell, thanks for liking the stream. So I'm joined by Joe Kearns in the booth. How are we doing today, Joe?
Doing pretty good, Lance. Looking forward to another good day of pool here. A lot of good matches coming up, so excited for it.
Yeah, I'd say these first 2 matches of the day are extremely important for Good Chemistry.
Absolutely.
They want to split them at worst. They just really can't afford to lose both of them. If they could split both and go 1-1, they have some juicy matchups later in their roster for the day. But they got to get through these first 2. They're very tough matches, and they need some points. They can't lose both, that's for sure.
Yeah, so totally agree with you, and I would even kind of go on top of that and say just this first match is very important for Good Chemistry. Vadim played well yesterday, but he missed a 10 ball in his doubles that was costly. So both for his confidence and the team's, I think Vadim needs to pull one out here. Because if he doesn't, yes, they're still okay if they win that doubles right after this, but it just puts additional pressure on the team in a very tough matchup, because coming up right after this is going to be Vadim again with Kevin Kiley against Slota and Matt Carlson, which is a very difficult team. And if Vadim loses this one, he could be in his head a little bit. Ooh, and he scratches there, which is not going to serve him well.
Chris Wheeler, thanks for liking the stream. I did get your message earlier, and I will be replying to you shortly. It's got a good line on the 6 to go to the 7. So Rogers has a good look at the 3 here, and all the balls are open.
Got a little funny on that one. He should be okay to draw it back past the side. But
Yeah, he could shoot it in the bottom left corner, and position's going to be a little tricky on the 5, but he can still get out here.
No, agreed. I think he wanted to be a little bit straighter on this one for easier position on the 5. The risk here is over-rolling it. Oh, he played that different than I expected, and he didn't quite get there.
He only needs the edge because he's going to cut it, but I don't know if he's got it.
I think he's got to go rail first with some spin. Maybe not, the way he's looking at
No,
it.
he
Nope.
had it. And he doesn't want to get stuck by the 9. He might have it.
Yeah, it looks like he got this one.
Yeah. That was a little fortunate. And now he's straight in, a little draw, and the 9 in the bottom left. And he's looking like he's going to take a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, it should be all she wrote for this one. Yep.
And Rogers trying to pocket this 9 to take a 2-0 lead. And he does.
All right, Rogers to break rack 3 here, up 2-0 already. We'll see what the break looks like. If he gets this one, it's going to be tough for Vadim.
Well, he missed the wing ball. We've been seeing the wing go in almost every rack, and that time it did not cooperate.
Oh, but he gets away with it. Look at that.
Yeah, dry break, but didn't give up a shot.
And with the 1 dead center of the table, the push isn't going to be great, I don't think.
Ben Parker in the chat. Good afternoon.
The one thing that's saving Vadim a little bit here is I don't know that that 1 has a pocket right now. Maybe it goes by the 6. Oh, okay. So I like that over going for the push. With the 1 dead center, it's too easy to either find a way to put it in a pocket or stick it behind something else. I like going for the kick, a little bit more aggressive. He got a little bit fortunate kissing it up on the 3 ball there, but I think that was a good decision.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he gave up any shot.
No. And with it right up on the ball, the safety isn't particularly easy either. Went for the combo. But he didn't sell out either. He's either going to leave a kind of return combo or try to play a safe. He's looking at the combo right now.
Tough combo. The 1's going to be pretty unpredictable. It might double kiss, come back at the cue ball.
But yeah, hard to control the 1 and the cue on this one. Wow, how good did he hit that?
Yeah, well controlled too.
Yep. Couldn't have been much better, I don't think.
So he's in business here. All the balls go.
Yeah, at this point he's in the driver's seat now. It's just on him.
Oh, boy.
Yep. It's on him to not do that.
Yeah, he zigged when he should have zagged.
You can't French fry when you're supposed to pizza.
Well, now Rogers in the driver's seat.
Yep. And you know Rogers is feeling good right now after that one. He did get a little bit fortunate on a couple of the rolls on that last rack, but he's shooting well. I don't think he's missed a shot yet that I've seen. So let's see if he can put this one away. All right, so Lance, I know you've been doing a lot with the Make a Score tour here. You got another event coming up at Yale in a couple of weeks. So after this, so next weekend, we have the second semifinal for the Cooper Cup here up at Rax. And then weekend after that, you're running an event down at Yale, right?
Yep, that is correct. That's going to be May 4th. And I'm going to show the flyer in between, after this rack is over, in between racks. That's 120 entry, R5 medium on the winner side and loser side, 64 player max, about a third of the way full. Get your entry fees in. Rogers will tester here.
Hey, you got to miss that 9.
Yeah.
You know, okay, so that works.
Yep.
I expected him to come back on the right side of the 9, back up table, but that worked out real well.
Yep, he's running the balls pretty well here. That could have been a little better.
Yeah, but at this point, he's hitting them good. He's a heavy favorite to make this one, I think, as long as I don't get him with that comment.
He can still bridge it pretty comfortably.
Right.
He's at a good distance off the rail.
Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
If that goes in, it makes life harder.
It's a lot better than him hanging it down there, that's for sure.
Yep.
I'm surprised to see him miss that one, though.
That's how Vadim missed the 10 to end day 1.
It was a very similar shot. Yeah, I don't know
and it 2-railed down into the corner just like that and spotted up. Yeah.
Okay. So I remember exactly the shot that he missed. Very similar. It's the same set. Kenny missed a similar 10 ball as well after Vadim hit a great 9 ball to get him kind of right over in that same side of the table.
So this would be big for Vadim. Instead of going down 3-0, 2-1, it feels a lot better.
Absolutely. And I like this. Take an extra second at it. Make sure you're comfortable.
Yeah, use this extension.
Yeah. It's a big shot here.
Yeah, for sure. And you can't save your extension, so you might as well use it.
Right. And he drills it.
Vadim bears down and pockets at 9. So here, first, we'll talk about the Mini Cooper Cup winners yesterday.
And big shout out. We got Jerry Baldini, Brian Ruskover, and Earl Palmer Lavoie. I believe Jerry was the captain of this one, standing in the middle there, but very strong team. And from what I've heard, I didn't see any of it, but from what I heard, they played great all day.
Yeah, they must have. They must have, because there's a lot of teams, a lot of tough competition in that. Here's the flyer that's going to be May 4th at Yale Billiards. 120 a man, 64 player max, handicap 9 ball, R5 medium, winners and losers side, rack your own, 2 in the back. Message me, Lance Lisciotti, get your registration in.
And this is one that really everybody, it doesn't matter what your speed is, this is one that everybody should be signing up for. You know, I'm not a great pool player. I would say I'm an okay APA player, but I love these events. With the handicap, it keeps everybody in the game. And now this one is a little bit less handicapped than the last couple handicapped events you've run, I know, but I like it because I feel like that keeps the interest higher for those better players.
Yeah. You see a lot of them skip the R5s because they just know how hard it is. 8-3 races against guys that can run out and break and run on you. It's tough, you know.
Right, like a prime example. So in the last one you ran here at Rax, when it was the R5 hot, we had Kevin Guimond run into a brick wall of Kevin Bourne. I think Kevin was up 2-0 in an 8-3 race. I believe it was 2-0. I'd have to check on that one, but Kevin was up, and then Kevin Guimond was up, and then Bourne came back to beat him. I think running like 5 in a row to finish it.
Yeah, I know there was 2 good players that ran a 4-pack and lost the set.
I think Lance Lucas might have even ran a 5-pack.
Yeah.
Either a 4 or 5. Yep, and he lost the set.
Yeah,
and that's brutal. So
that shows you how tough the handicap is.
Right, but on that's why I like switching it to the medium. You know, not in my favor, but I think it's better for the game.
Yeah, I like to switch it up so that you know, if you don't like one particular format, you just wait for the next one, and you'll like that one more. You know, it's always going to be something different a little bit.
Yep, absolutely. And the other thing, you know, the last couple handicapped ones you've done have been up here at Rax on the bar boxes.
Right.
This one down on the 9-footers at Yale. So totally different game.
Yeah, for sure. So Rogers running out here, it's looking like he's going to take a 3-1 lead. And just like that, he does.
Yep, nice out there. But I see Ben Parker saying strong mustache on the left there. Talking about Brian Ruskover, one of the winners from the Mini Cooper yesterday. which I get a chuckle out. So I'm actually playing him in our bar box match on Wednesday, and I told him yesterday it's gonna be the battle of the mustaches here.
Yeah, yeah. Sounds about right. So here's a look at what we have coming up today. We are at match number 7, Rogers Hill versus Vadim Brown. And then our next match is Rob Slota and Matt Carlson, Scotch doubles against Vadim Brown and Kevin Kiley. Followed by Ray Niederwerfer, singles against Dan Usella.
Yeah, there's really nothing up there for today that looks like a truly like out of balanced matchup. I think all of these are going to be pretty good.
All right, so Rogers up 3-1 and breaking.
Yeah, and if he gets this one, it'll be a dagger.
5 ball going to the wing, 1 ball going towards the side. And the wing ball did not cooperate again for Rogers.
No, and look at this, a little unlucky with that 5 ball. He was if that 5 doesn't roll in there, he's in business.
Yeah. Yep. So we're gonna see an opening safety of some sort. He could thin the 1, bring his cue ball up and down, maybe even behind the 6. Oh, we went behind the 4 ball or 4 ball.
Yeah, 4 ball. And I like that. Don't try to overcomplicate it. If you hit it too hard, maybe the 1 ball rolls too far down table, things could go wrong, but I think that was a smart play.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he might have given up a window, but I don't think so. I think Vadim
doesn't look like it.
Yeah, I don't think so. Vadim's probably just gonna have to kick 1 rail behind it.
Yep.
And some good things can happen. The 1 can hit the rail and bank down underneath these balls.
Yeah, and depending on how you hit it, you could even get the cue ball back up kind of behind the 5 there.
Yeah, it could come out and go towards behind the 5. So hit a little full, but I don't know.
No, that worked out.
Yeah.
For the way that he hit it, that worked out, I think, about as well as it could have.
Yeah, I think the 7 is protecting him from giving up a look at the corner.
Yeah, for sure. It's just, how's he going to play safe here? There's some options. Oh, and he doesn't quite get it.
Yeah, he gave up the edge, or half a ball at least.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to get that 1 ball tucked a little bit further behind the 6, is my guess.
Vadim would love to go to the right side of the 1 and get behind the 6, but I don't know if he's got enough of the right side of the 1.
I don't think so. I feel like you kind of got to play this with left spin and just get that cue ball back up table.
He could try to bring it up here in between the 4-5 area.
Yep, that's what I was thinking. Oh. He went for the shot. That's a good 2-way.
Yeah, not bad.
Rolled the 1 rolled a little bit further than he wanted. Looks like maybe the combo on the 5 is on, or maybe he had, you know what? No, I think he's got enough to make the 1.
I think he played the combo.
It's hard to tell, but there was definitely, he had some options.
But he didn't really
work out.
Yeah, he didn't really give much up here though.
No. But this one, I think the safety, he's got better options on a safety on this one. I almost like playing off the left side of the 1 ball and trying to get the cue kind of around the side of that 5. What do you think? Too little space there?
This side of the 1?
Yep.
And try to come down here?
With the cue ball, what do you think?
Yeah. I mean, you'd have to hit that 1 super thin, but it looks like it might be there. Yeah, he played basically the same shot except for followed through.
Look at that.
And he hit that great.
And that's exactly kind of what I was thinking about. He hit it square and just rolled it forward instead of trying to hit it thin.
Right.
But that's exactly what I was thinking. And he couldn't have hit that any better, I don't think.
Yeah, this could be a tough kick for Rogers.
Like maybe he's got 2 rails and come in between the 9 and the 6, but that's super tough. I don't know if he's got enough space past the 2 ball to make that work.
I don't think he can. I think he's just going to try to compress the rail.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in big trouble there. Vadim just laid down a great safety on him.
Yeah, he put him in as much jail as is possible, I think.
No parole. All right, so now Vadim with a much needed ball in hand.
Ooh, I don't like going for this combo though.
No, I don't either. All the balls lay good. Vadim runs balls good enough where he should be able to get out.
The only thing is the 4, yeah. Right? Because I don't think the 4 passes by the 8. Maybe it does.
It's really close.
And if it doesn't, it's tough to get above that 4 with where the 5 is kind of blocking the 2 ball. It's tough to get above the 4 for the side pocket.
Yeah. Ideally, he would have liked to go down 1 rail and out like this for the 4 in the corner, unless the 8 is blocking it.
Maybe it must not be, because I Unless
Well-
he's going to play safety here, I don't think he would have shot the one ball that way.
Remember, too, with the new cloth, the pockets play bigger. He could rub that rail going in.
True.
With the 4 past the 8.
And he could also... Ooh, he's not
Wait
gonna
a
like
minute.
that one.
Wait a minute. Remember, 3-0 in jumps yesterday. Can't leave this guy easy jumps.
That's true.
But I
the
think
5 ball's a little in the way.
Yeah, I think the 5 cut him off.
Yeah.
He could still jump and hit the edge of the 4 because
He's going for the cue.
the one rail kick looks like it might be messed up by the 7.
I think the one rail kick is there, but
It's
Vadim's confidence with his jumper.
It's there if you go here with left-hand English to reverse the cue ball.
You think you have to go that high up on the long rail?
Nah, you could probably go to like
Yeah,
here.
But he's going either way. He's
Airborne.
going to the air. He gets the hit. Let's see where it lands him. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, that's the 4th jump shot we've seen him hit. That came out good. He made the first 3 and then got a good leave there.
Yeah, I think he actually made all of the first 3, right? Not just good hits. He made all 3, and that third one in
correct.
particular was very difficult.
And not only did he make all 3, I think he had position after all 3 as well.
Right. Yeah, and he's really the only one that we've seen jumping with a lot of confidence so far. That could change today. There's a lot of players here that are more than capable.
So, safety attempt here or a 2-way? Could have been playing 2-way, but he
Yeah.
might have given up a shot.
I think he did. He played that a little too firm. But it did. I think that was a 2-way.
Yeah. So Rogers is in business here. If he gets up high enough for the 5, he wants like a stop shot on the 5, so he's good on the 6.
It looks like he hit it pretty
He
good.
just got there, I think.
He's
He
going
might
to be
have-
drifting it up a little bit.
Yeah, I might have to use a little low left or even high left and come off the rail and out, but probably low left. Yeah, just like that.
Yep.
Yeah, he's in business now.
Yep, definitely his rack to lose at this point.
Oh, it's getting interesting.
Yeah, I can't tell if he wanted to hold that. I assume he wanted to draw it back further and play that in the side. It kind of looked like he was trying to hold it, though, which I don't love. Doesn't matter.
Got that good.
Yep.
And
All right.
he's going to have a good look at the 9 here to take a 4-1 lead in the opening point of the day.
Yep.
And just like that, he does.
Puts Rogers on the hill. I do believe it's Vadim's break, and he really needs this one.
Yeah, it sure does. All right, Vadim to break. Let's watch the wing ball 3, red 3 ball, right in the hole. And he made the 1 in the side.
Uh-oh. Okay, he's not going to scratch here, but he's going to leave himself a long shot on that 2. The good news for him is he's just got to make it. That 4 is sitting right in the corner. So he's just really got to make that 2 ball.
8-9 a little goofy, but you probably run out for the 7 in the corner, leave the cue ball here, and then carom the 8-9 in, carom the 9 in off 8 is probably going to be the late rack move.
Yeah, it looks like the 9 is sitting enough in front of the pocket where that's not going to be an issue. But again, you got to just sink this ball. Don't think about, oh, okay, he's calling it right now just in case.
Maybe if that's why he
Right,
called
yep,
it.
yep. Oh, yeah, he's definitely thinking 2 ball here. That was just a kind of a safety plan. Oh, bear with us on a little buffering here,
Yeah,
guys.
that should go away. I did it once yesterday, too. All right.
Oh, and he drills it.
Uh-oh, there's a scratch up there.
Oh, no.
Oh, he found it.
Wow. And that's one, I think in the back of his head, he was thinking about wanting to put it into that 9 ball, where I don't love that. I think just pocket the ball. the four's right there. You can sort out the rest of the table. Just pocket that 2-ball and figure it out after that.
So
wow.
I think that was a big mistake because there was really no need to as long as the 8-9 caromed like we talked about earlier, then I think that was a big mistake by Rogers.
Agreed. He gets a good hit though, but he's going to leave a shot.
No.
Oh, maybe not. No, it's drifting all the way to the rail.
Yeah.
Wow, I take it back. I thought that was going to sit a little higher up.
A little fortunate there.
All right, let's see how Vadim plays this one. Nothing easy here. I think you got to go for the shot.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really close to if it banks or not. There could be a double kiss.
Is he going to try to...
Yeah, he went in for the bank, but it was tough. He had to put some inside on it, stiffen it up.
No, but look at this. This isn't the worst. With Rogers being on the rail, if he wasn't on the rail, it's easy. Now, if he wants to draw it and miss the side pocket, he's got to really jack up here.
He might even bank it cross corner.
That could be what he's looking at.
Oh, he had the back cut. He had it pretty well, too. And he got a good bump here.
He hit that great.
He had just grazed at 9. He might go behind the 8. But he came out good, and he's got a good line to get to the 7. 7 to the 8 could be a little tough.
7 to the 8, the only potential problem here. And he gets
straight.
A little too straight, but
No,
he can draw it back all right.
Yeah. He can either low right and try to stun off that way. He could go high left.
I think he draws
2
this
rails
one.
like that way. Yeah, he's using low right. Oh, he hit it great. Well controlled.
Yeah, perfect shot there.
Yeah, wanted either more of an angle or more straight. He kind of got in between. He could probably draw to the rail.
It's all right, though. And Rogers looking to seal the deal on the first set of the day. Just has to pocket this 9.
And just like that, Rogers gets it done, and Kings of the Hill goes up 5-2 in sets, and we'll be back with you for the next match in about 10 minutes. All right, guys, we're about good to go here. Let me just update the scoreboard. We will be good to go. All right, Kevin Kiley with the opening break here. Good chemistry, finding themselves down 5-2 in a race to 7, so they're going to have to get moving here, or they're going to be in big trouble. So they're looking to stop the bleeding. So Vadim just came off the table, so he should be pretty comfortable. He didn't get the result he was looking for, but he did get some table time. And he's going to play safe here. And he needs a bounce. Yeah, might have given up a little window. Crystal in the chat, how you doing, Crystal? Why don't you come down? Got a bunch of good people in the house. League starting pretty soon. It's going to be busy. Gonna be wrapping up this. So Rob Spears in the 1 ball. Looks like he left Matt a shot in the 2. And it looks like he's got a line to get to the 3. Yeah, he does. Now, like a little stop shot, draw back a hair for the 4 on the side next. And then he'll have the 5 in the corner. 7 up in that corner. 8 ball here. And then depending on where you get in the 8, you can pick a corner for the 9. Vinny, thanks for liking the stream. Buckland tonight, okay. As long as you're in a pool room, that's always a good thing. Thanks for liking the stream, Crystal. So Rob looks like he got a little straight here. He might have to stun over. And Rob hit that great as long as he doesn't scratch.
Which I think he avoided it. Yep. Hit that well.
Yep. And he's got a little line to stun out for the 8, I think.
Yeah, it looks like he got him a little closer to the rail to give him just enough angle. Yep.
Yeah, they're running these out real well.
Now, do you stun this over for the 9 in the same side, same corner?
Definitely.
Yep.
Just like that. No, they ran these out real well. Crystal, thanks for sharing the stream. And just like that, Rob Sloat and Matt Carlson jump out to a 1-0 lead.
All right. All right. Dry break there. Oh no, he did. Oh, he did pocket the wing. All right, take it back.
No opening shot though for Rob. So probably going to see a push here.
Yeah, I don't think you're not going to jump at this one. But where do you push? Up to the right long rail?
Paulo, thanks for liking the stream. I think he's looking to push here where you don't give a back cut on the one and you can't really play it in the corner because of the scratch on the side.
He might give a back cut in the side depending on how far it goes, but it's real tough to get to the 2-ball if he does play it that way. I think Kevin's just going to try to play a safety.
Thanks, Paulo. Appreciate it. So let's see what Kev's going to do here. I think he can cut it in the side. It's close. Cue ball's tricky.
But yeah, the cue ball, like, if you can get the first 2 rails are natural, but the key is going to be missing that 4-ball, I think, right, to get back up on the 2.
If you could cut it in the side, load it up with left, so the cue ball goes 2 rails and then stands up and kind of comes back up to where the 1 ball was. That's what he was trying to do.
Yep, I see it.
So Matt's going to have a window here in between the 2-5. And
not an easy shot.
It looks like he could draw over into the 7 or maybe even get to the rail and out. Oh, he went above. And he got away with it. Yeah, sure it is.
But now I think, is it Vadim stepping up to the table here, and he's going to go to the air?
Oh, yeah, and he's deadly from the air. He's made a good hit, 4 out of 4 of his jump shots, and 3 of them he made with position, so...
And the only one that he didn't make, there wasn't really a
shot.
shot.
Yeah, he just had to kick for a hit, right? So let's see how he does here. It's been deadly with this jump cue so far. And look at this, little jelly roll. Pays to hit him.
Yep. But this one's tough here. Maybe you can kind of thin slice this in the top left there. It looks like that shot's on. But then where's your cue ball going? Can you get it around the 5 and the 6 if you do play it that way?
He could have a nice bank.
Oh no, he's jumping.
And
look at him.
If you could bank the 2 and have the cue ball go through it and behind the 5-6.
Right, that's kind of what I was thinking. But it looks like he's got his jump cue in his hand.
Yeah, he might not have enough of the 2-ball to. You'd have to be able to see You'd have to be able to hit the 2-ball full to be able to go through it with follow.
No, he switched back, though. He did have the jumper in his hand, but he switched back to his play cue, so he's got to have more than it looks.
Yeah, so he played with high left.
And...
he didn't hit it super clean, but he got away with it.
Yeah, I think he can see a piece of that. Definitely can't make it, especially, obviously, with the 4-ball there, but I don't think he has the whole 2-ball, but he's got that right side of it. And Rob hit that real well.
Yeah, look at this. Nice touch there.
Yeah, this is a tricky one. I like him looking at that long rail to kick it that way, as opposed to coming off the short rail. The short rail feels like much more of a sellout opportunity to me.
Yeah, I think he's got a better chance of kicking safe this way.
Exactly. Ooh, but you got to hit it, though. You got to hit it. And that's a trade-off, right? It's probably a little bit easier to get the hit coming off the short rail.
So there's a 2-9 there, but the way these guys run balls, you got to just go for the out here.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think, like, if I'm Vadim and Kevin, I'd love to see them go for that combo.
Yeah, I would think that's the only chance I'd have to get back to the table is them going for the combo.
Exactly.
Now, this is not ideal. He got dead straight. Shark Chain Fan Club, thanks for liking the stream.
I think you just draw this one back. I don't think you want to... Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was the move, but he missed it.
Yeah, that's surprising. I don't know what happened there because it's not... You didn't have to draw it too far. You just got, maybe a little bit in his head.
Corey, thanks for liking the stream. From Ontario. Corey
don't get behind the 8-ball. Is he going to get the bump? Oh, wow.
Yikes.
All right, well, I think he just knows that Vadim likes the jump shots. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It must be, right?
That's what it is. He's like, this guy never misses a jump, so I'm going to make sure he makes it. This is a tough jump.
Yeah, he's so close to the 8-ball there.
Wow, he got over it, too.
As long as he doesn't scratch.
Wow, that was cold.
Man.
That was cold.
That's
guy
tough.
is making amazing jump after jump after jump. Makes a good hit. almost makes the 6.
Right, and I know it's hard to see with where Vadim was seeing. You couldn't see it, but if you didn't see where that cue ball rolled, he was only maybe 2 inches off of that 8 ball.
Yeah, that
it was very close.
Yeah, that was a super tough jump. But he does the dart method, which helps you jump closer balls.
Yep. Well, and we were talking about this yesterday. The dart method just makes a lot of sense for him because if
tall.
you can't tell from the street here, Vadim's a tall fella.
Yeah, he is. So it looks like Rob and Matt are going to run these out, take advantage of that ball in hand, and take a 2-0 lead.
And they do.
Just like that. All right, so we have Vadim to break. Let's see. I think he's going to break from the side. No, he fooled me. So we're going to watch the red 3 ball, the wing. The 1 ball is going to probably go short of the side. Sometimes it does go in the side.
I'd say it feels like the way Vadim's been breaking, he's been making both the 3 and the 1 ball. Let's see.
Yep.
Oh, we just missed it. Okay. And that's going to be even better if he gets clear. Oh, man.
So I prefer not to make the 1. I want it to bank up like it just did and provide me an opening shot at that corner.
Yeah, he's just if he controls that cue ball just a little bit more instead of rolling it up on the rail. But look at this. Now here's the question. I believe the way they're playing. So he left the jump shot. I think that goes back to Kevin.
I think so
So
too.
it's not going back to Air Jordan over there. Or sorry, I meant Vadim. So if they do give this back, I believe it's going to be Kevin jumping at the ball here.
I think they're talking about it now. Who's it go back to if we give it back?
Right.
So Matt says, well, I can jump too. And, it takes his extension.
And I don't hate this because if you do make this, it's drifting pretty naturally down to that 2 ball.
Oh, you might run into the 7.
Oh, well, can't do that, though.
All right, so the clever push by Kevin Kiley worked. Now they have ball in hand.
All right, let's see what Vadim can do with this because you gotta get out here. It's not the easiest. With the 4 where it is and the 5 blocked up, you're gonna have to either get on the right side of that 5 ball somehow, which is a little tricky unless you can draw it straight back off the 4. Oh, maybe do you? No, I feel like you gotta get underneath this or on top of it rather, and play the 4 in the same corner as the 2, and it's gonna be real tough to get good position on that 5. What do you think?
Yeah, they got to get in line here. They're not in line, but he's made a great shot there.
Oh, he hit that perfectly. Oh, did he? Oh, so you know what? If he leaves a little bit of angle, I almost like that better.
I would have liked to have come out for the 5-8 combo. I don't know if the 5 passes a 6 clean.
So that's what I'm saying. You leave a little bit more angle on that, and the 5-8 combo, getting on the 5-8 combo is a lot easier.
So now this is tough. You got to slice the 5 in. You got to go up and down with the cue ball, avoid the scratch.
So what about this? What if you play the 5 ball fat intentionally with low right and just make the 8 ball?
And then you're gambling on where the 5's going to be.
Yeah.
It's not a hard enough shot where you want to go away from it. You know, if you cut it in, your cue ball goes up and down. You have to guard against the scratch.
Well, so that's the thing. You gotta make sure you don't want to leave a long tough cut on the 6, and that you could leave yourself behind the 9 ball. And yeah, he swung at it, but that's a tough one.
Yeah, I think it was worth swinging at. It was tough though. And this is tough too. I mean, this is very similar. You thin cut the 5 in. You got to go up and down, avoid the scratch.
Rob's the favorite to make that though.
So he put some inside English on it, which checked the cue ball up. And now he's got a good look at the 6-8. And if both go, he'll probably have a good look at the 7.
Right. I would say Rob's ball pocketing ability is too good to question a shot like that.
Oh, yeah, straight drew it out. Well controlled. Now pocket the 7, go up, down, or you can go up and 2 rails.
I like
and
the
out.
stun. I like the stun on this one.
You could even draw it with low
Well,
right.
yeah, right. That's. Oh.
The
Wow.
pro side.
I didn't see that coming. I won't lie to you.
So just like that, they run the balls out, and Rob slowed to Matt Carlson, 3-0 lead. All right, Rob to break, up 3-0. Watch the green wing ball. Goes right in. One ball hits the point and gives a great opening shot.
He's a little too straight on this to have an easy roll back down at the 2, though. Easy shot on the 1 for sure, but what do you do here? I can't tell if you can play this forward and miss. Maybe you can miss the 4 and get back underneath the 3 if you play this with high left.
Yeah, I could see some high left, and then you need the spin to really...
Yep, just like that. Great shot.
Yeah, he hit that good.
Great shot.
Yeah, he's got a good look here.
If we were at Nate Johnson, I'd say kapow.
Kapow! He might be able to just roll it and hold the cue ball into some sort of area like this. It's pretty thin. It might go a little higher. So he went into the 9 as a stopper.
It's okay, though.
Yeah, it worked out great. Now he can just pocket the 3 and draw into this area.
Yeah, the only thing here is going to be the 4 to the 5 now. You know, I guess with the 8 and the 9 where it is.
Well, you could pocket the 4, and you could draw back to like this area for the 5 on the side.
Yeah.
Looks like the move. And if you get straight in, it's perfect because you can follow forward.
Right.
This is very... Oh. It's a little bit too much outside spin.
And I think he left a window.
Yeah, I think he did give up a shot.
And it's not quite... A lot of times, if that ball was a little further in the teeth, it makes getting position on the 5 a lot harder. I think it's far enough out where Vadim can manipulate something here.
I agree. Yeah, when they're deep, like exactly like you said, when they're deep hanging, it's very difficult to get the cue ball out of there accurately.
Because then you're forced to do rail first, and at that point, it's so hard to control the cue ball. All right, he didn't want to hit the 9 there.
Yeah, that could have came out better.
Yep.
So if Kev wants to be aggressive, he could bank it and use low left and try to come up here, check the cue ball in this area for a shot at the 7 in the top left corner next.
Boy, that's tough.
Yeah, it is. It's not easy. He's telling him, I think, bank it and follow the cue ball as close and tight to the 7 as he can. Tough shot.
Yeah, it's like a 2-way. But God, I like either, if you're going to go for it, go for it. If not, just play the safety. And yeah,
So he was trying to use the 9. He wanted to leave it in a line like this with like the ball here.
Agreed. But so I like that versus trying to play the 2-way there. I think if you're going to go for the bank, just go for the bank. If the bank is hard enough as it is.
Maybe the 5 off the 8 in the side.
I think he's going, yeah.
Oh, he went all corner. And missed it on the correct side.
Yep. Now this one, it looks like he's got a natural line for that bank in the side and to come off 2 or 3 rails for the 6. Yep.
Something like that.
Yeah. But you got to make it. I feel like you miss this. It's good chance of a sellout. Okay, he hit that right on the point, which is going to leave this tough.
So I like to bank this ball up to the right side of the 9 and
get
have
the cue behind
ball.
the 6.
Yeah, behind the 7.
Oh, 7 rather. Sorry.
That general area.
It looks like he lays pretty good. I like shots like that because you play all speed on the 5 to the top rail, where if you don't get coverage, you don't give up a shot.
See, and that's is he going to get away with it though? Nope. 9 ball stopped short, and you know that's one that's like Rob is such an aggressive player. He's like, no, I'm comfortable with this shot. I'm going to go for it, but you wind up selling out shots like that.
So this is the key shot here. You got to get a good look at the 7, and he fell short. He would have liked to have been like up here.
Yeah. And, you know, Vadim is still very capable of making this shot, but agreed, you definitely want to be center table on this one. Vadim's going to look to cut this one right in and come over and back for the 8 down in that top left corner.
Big shot here. I hit it great.
Yeah, he hit that almost perfectly. Is it going to roll too much? Oh, a shade too much.
So Kev could probably pocket the 8 with some low left and just draw into the, like around here. He might be able to go forward.
I can't tell. Yeah, the forward is super risky. I think you got to punch draw this one. You don't want to hit it too hard. Nice smooth stroke. But neither one is great.
Yep. So much speed, so the English can't catch.
Yeah, you hit that way too hard.
So the harder you hit it, the less the English will catch. If you hit it real soft, the English will catch quickly. And with that side pocket being there, whether you go high and forward or low and backwards, it's got to be at a real soft touch so the English catches immediately. So Rob Slota and Matt Carlson, 4-0 lead.
All right, Kevin to break here. Really need to get something together.
Oh, the wing not cooperating, breaking from our top right side of the table.
It almost looks, unless that rack rolled a little bit, because sometimes they get pushed when balls roll over them.
Yeah.
And he obviously already pulled it out of there, but it looked like it was maybe a little off center.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, it didn't miss by much. It rattled, but everybody else, or not everybody else, but the past, who was it? Vadim and now Kevin have both struggled breaking from here. Almost everybody else, the entire semifinals, has been making the wing every single time.
Yep. Although Vadim did hit his last break pretty well. He got a little unlucky with the position. But now great safety by Rob. And this is critical for Vadim here. You got to get a hit, and it's not an easy one. Just looking at 2 rails. Oh, no, okay. He's going to the 1. Looked like Kevin was trying to point the 2 there, but I like the 1 rail kick.
It's a pretty big ball. Oh. So he's going to give up ball in hand. And the 3-6-8 is kind of screwed up. Now, you play the 1, then you play the 2, and then you roll forward for the 3 in the corner. But that's still going to leave the 6 and 8 intact.
I will say, though, depending on where you get on the 6 ball, could be an easy safe behind that 8.
Okay, so this still works. He's got the 2 in the corner. He wants to keep the cue ball like right here, because then you can pocket the 3 and use follow and bump
it
the
off
6
a little bit.
and the cue ball goes through it. It's touchy, but it's how you get out.
So now it looks like he's going to run too fat into that 6 ball.
A little steep, but the high English can still save you here. If you just straight high ball it hits the 6, pushes the 6, and the high catches and sends you down.
Yeah, actually, the 5 should be enough out of the way where you don't have to come too far down table to leave the shot on the 4. So this could still work out fine. Oh.
Well, I don't know if he played safe there or if he just mishit it, but that works.
My guess is it was a mishit. I don't think you're supposed to play safe there, and I don't think that's what Matt was going for.
And now the 6 has enough room to be pocketed later in the rack in the corner.
Yeah, if Kevin doesn't get a hit here, that it will be a very fortunate safety from Matt.
So
I almost like going. Sorry, go on.
After this match, we are going to have Ray Niederwerfer playing Dan Usello singles in 8-ball. So, all right, so Kevin is going to try to tie up balls, and I think he accomplished it. I don't think they're dead to the corner. The 5 looks high.
No, but Rob's going to play this one with a little low outside and just try to run right into the 5 and probably make the 4 ball here.
Yeah. Will he have a look at the 5, though? Yeah, he does in the corner. But now we got this 6 ball that we were talking about.
But I think you just kind of stun this one. You play this up to the corner, stun it over to the right a little bit, and then it's either, I don't know if he has a look in the corner, but I think it's a relatively straightforward safety on the 6 ball there.
He might even be able to.
Oh, he gets on top of it.
Wow, look at that. John Smith, thanks for liking the stream. Appreciate you. So now Rob's looking like he's probably going to draw straight over to this general area.
Yep, that's what he's pointing at.
Uh-oh.
No, he's going to come short of it. He's going to come short of it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
He got very lucky because he wanted to draw on the high side of that pocket.
He sure did get a little fortunate there. Oh, he is left-hand English. And found the drink.
Wow. And those shots like that, when you look at it where it comes off the rail, it's like, how the heck do you scratch in the side?
It's like
there?
hard to shoot it in from
Right,
there.
exactly. I could put the cue ball on the rail from where it hit, and I feel like I'm 1 out of 3 to shoot just the cue ball straight into the side pocket.
Right.
But it happens way more often than you would expect. All right, Kevin looking to get his team on the board here.
Oh, no shutout here. 4-1 on the board.
All right, back at it here with Carlson to break.
And he made the wing ball.
And the 1 and, almost the 4 in the side as well. Oh, and he's going to get stuck on the 2. So I think this kind of goes back to what you were saying before, where it's better to not make that 1 ball. Because if you don't make that, if you come up short, that 1's going to be up on the opposite side of the table, and he's going to have a shot on the 1 up in the top right corner there.
Yeah, I don't like to make the 1. As long as the wing's going in like clockwork, I don't want to make the 1. I just want to make the wing and play position for the 1.
Yeah, if you can control the cue ball and the 1 ball, you're golden. Obviously easier said than done.
Yeah, it is easier said than done, that's for sure. So opening push.
And he's going to leave a jump shot. Ben, sorry, how did I do in which tournament?
Did you play in the Mini Cooper yesterday?
No, I am playing on Kevin Bourne's team next weekend in the Cooper Cup, so I'm not eligible. Nope, okay. Not eligible. Oh, wow, look at that shot by Rob there. Oh, he gets a little funny.
He was talking to Joe Motika about the...
Oh, Motika, sorry.
Yeah. Motika was in a 5... What was it, Joe? Like a 570 or...
560 and under, I think he said yesterday. That's right.
How does he sleep at night?
Yeah, you said the same thing yesterday.
Yeah. He's supposed to say comfortably. That's how when people say it to me. I say comfortably. All right, so this is a tough spot for Matt because there's not really an easy safe. There's no shot. He's trying to use the 9 ball, and he did.
He hit it well.
Yeah, he sure did.
Now, I think you can you can still potentially come rail first and hit the 3 ball just right kind of underneath it. The question is if you can control that cue ball enough to do something with that, or if you have to try to come off the left long rail or even the bottom short rail.
Joe was playing in a 560 and under, which was also handicapped.
Oh, I don't like the jump here, Vadim. I know you've been jumping well. I don't love this one.
I don't mind it because you could bank it cross side, and there's two-way properties to it.
Wow.
See the two-way?
No, he hit that great, but so what I was worried about with the 3 ball being out so close to the rail. With the 3 ball being as close to the rail as it was, I'm worried about him jumping it off the table, which he almost did. You saw it ride up on the rail a little bit there, but he controlled it well. He did leave a shot. Rob misses it, but gets away with it.
Yeah, it looks like Kevin's going to be stepping up, right? Kevin's going to have to kick top rail. 1 or 2 rails. You could go 2 rails behind it if he wants to.
I honestly like 1 rail. If you can hit it like basically with a kick and stick, but maybe a little bit on the left side of the 1 and scoot that cue ball back towards the center of the table. But let's see. Looks like he's playing 2 rails with where he's aiming. No, okay.
And no love there. Gave up a look at the 3, and you could play the 4, and you can have position for the 5 next in the top left corner.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's almost better to try to make both of these. Just kind of make it with a little stun. Yep, just like that. All right, and Matt and Rob looking to close this set out. Doesn't look like anything's stopping him here. He's going to stun this one over. 9 ball in the same pocket there.
Yeah, looks like they're going to wrap this one up 5-1. And we're going to have Rogers Hills. We're going to have Ray Niederwerfer playing Dan Usello. Singles 8-ball next. We'll be back in 10 minutes with you. All right, guys, back to the action. Picking it off here, we got Dan Usello versus Ray Niederwerfer. Dan Usello, the captain of Good Chemistry, looking to stop the bleeding. They are down 6-2. Looks like Dan is going to win the lag. It's going to be close. Yeah, Dan wins the lag. So a good start for Good Chemistry here. And they find themselves trailing here. They're going to have to get in line. Going to have to stop the bleeding. So we are in match number 9. All right, so Dan won the opening lag. He's going to break. I believe he's going to headball break. Let's see what he's going to do here.
We'll see. It's been a decent mix. Most have been headball breaking. The second ball break, it depends on your play style. But with him playing Ray, I like the headball break because I don't think Dan wants to turn this into a moving game. Ray is a big 8-ball player. And I think Dan's better off trying to run balls out. He breaks drive, but he actually leaves it real interesting here.
Yeah, Ray doesn't have much to shoot at here. He's got stripes, maybe the 12 in the side.
Tough shot though.
Yeah, it's not a hanger, that's for sure. It looks like
and that's when it I think it goes, but if you miss it, it's a sellout.
All right.
Yep. So now Dan can roll that 10 in the side, I think is the play here. I like stripes from here out. I think you want to roll the 10 in, and then I think you got the 12 in the corner, then maybe 11, 9. The one problem is I believe that's the 15 underneath the 4 ball there. What's that? Is that the 15 down there?
Right
yeah,
here.
right here. Yeah,
that's a 15.
That's the only ball he's really got to worry about at this point. Although
now,
he didn't, he made it a little tougher on himself than he needed to.
He might move the 5 towards the 8, and that could clog things up.
No, he
So
hit that
he's
pretty
still
good.
okay.
And I think the 8 still goes in either corner up there.
Yeah, I agree.
But he did. Now you got to play the 9 on the side. I don't think it passes the 13 down there.
His cue ball is going to be interesting here. We can see what he does with the cue ball. He might go into the 1.
Yep. I think he was trying to open up that 15, and he did, but he did not leave himself a shot. Like, I think you got to play safe on this one. The only shot that I really see is a really difficult cross-side bank.
I like thinning this 15, trying to put him on rail.
Yeah, I think you got to play safe here. And yeah, I don't see a better one than what you just drew up. Looks like he's trying to go other way behind the 1. Oh no, he's going to try to pocket this ball. I don't love that.
Well, if you miss it and control the pocket, it's great. Oh, so he just wanted all control, and it looks like he got it, and he moved that problem ball that was on the rail. So that was pretty productive.
Yeah,
shot.
that actually works really well because he did leave either the 6 or the 3 for Ray, but now I don't think the 1 ball goes into that corner, that lower left corner anymore. Oh, but Ray just returned safe.
So now the 8 ball only has this pocket. But Dan could try to run out here. He's got to look at potentially the 13 or the 12.
Yeah, Ray definitely wanted to leave him behind the 7 ball up there, and he just didn't quite get it. It's not like it's tic-tac-toe for Dan here, but he does have an out.
Yeah, it's all about this opening shot.
Yeah, I think you want to come 1 rail and back out for that 14. Oh, and see, that's exactly what he didn't want to do because now he leaves Ray the opportunity to open that pocket up for the 1 ball.
Or Ray could even just make the 3 and go forward with the cue ball to play the 1 here next.
Okay, I see you. Oh, and I think that's what he tried to do. He just didn't hit it good.
He better hope he's got a shot at the 6 or he's in trouble.
I don't think he does. I think the 1's in the way.
I think he does.
I don't know. Look at the cue ball. Now the way he's looking at it, he must have
body
it. Yeah.
language.
Yep.
All right.
Did he scratch? I think he's in. Oh, no, he just misses it.
Still-
Okay, wow.
Still alive.
Wow.
Still alive. He's got this, or he's got maybe a combo.
I think he's looking at the combo, and I don't hate taking the combo now.
You know what though? He could just play safe. He could just shoot the 7 and leave the cue ball where the 7 is, and try to cut off the 13.
So I agree, and that might be what he's looking at. I don't hate the combo though, because I think it's pretty natural.
That bump that the 7 just hit back really helped.
Yeah, that was brutal on the bump, and you can't expect that that's what he was playing for, but it worked really well.
I think here you kick at the ball at the side. If you make it, you can run out.
Oh boy, that's tough though. With so little distance between cue ball to first rail.
You kick it this soft, and you call the ball, and you try to make it, and you just go all out at trying to make the ball here.
Yeah, I think there's one saving grace is that 4 ball down there. If he does, and that makes me a little bit more confident.
Great shot.
Great shot. So sorry, what I was gonna say is if he does miss that, even if he misses the ball entirely, the 4 ball I think makes it a little bit more comfortable.
So now he's got the 14, but he's gonna have to come out with a look at the 15 or 13 in the corner. He's gonna have to get around this 1. He caught the 1, but he still probably has a look at the 15. He could even play it off the 13 if it's too steep of a cut.
What do you think about playing it in? I can't tell if he's got enough past the 1 ball. What do you think about playing a safety and just trying to hit the 13 kind of square and leaving the cue ball down over there? Yeah,
like go off the right side.
Like and leave the cue ball down where you just drew that up, kind of.
Right. If he has no shot, then yeah, I like that. That's what he's doing. So at most, he might have left the 4 in the corner. He might have left the 1 in the corner. That's about it, though.
Yeah, I don't
Probably
know.
the 4.
The 4, it's hard for me to tell. If he has the 4 past the 15, that's a shot. I think the 15's in the way, though, and by the way Ray is looking at it, I think that's true.
Ray could shoot off the left of the 2 and try to bury the cue ball back behind the 8-7. But the 2 ball goes into that same area, the angle you're hitting coming off of it, so It's a little wild.
Looks like he's playing safe. Yeah.
So.
Oh no, maybe more of a two-way, I guess. Yeah.
No bank. No cut. So Dan, what do you do if you're Dan? He's probably just gonna put cue ball end rail.
Yeah, I think agreed. The problem is you don't want to use that 4 ball to block up your. No, and he hit it pretty good. He hit that really good. He might have a line at the 2.
That's the only issue there, but you do have the 15 to try to lead you to it. Actually, Ray's going to play off the 4 right now, which I think is a mistake. I think you got to leave that 4 there. I'd rather jump at like the 2 or something. Oh, we could make it.
I did not think he could make that ball.
I gotta look at that again. Oh wow, he did just have enough.
Yeah, great shot there. Now he's in good position to run these out, I think.
Yeah, he's in line now. A little out of line, but he's
got options. He can draw this 2 ball back for the 1 next, or he could play the 5. I like the 5 first. Yeah.
So he felt good on either the 2 on the side or the 1 in the corner.
I think you play a stop shot on the 1 first and then the 2.
I agree. So Ray looking like he's going to get out here.
Yep. Not taking any chances. He draws that back off the rail for perfect shape.
Just like that, Ray just takes the first rack and a 1-0 lead. All right, ready to break, head ball break. And looks dry. Yep, so both players. Oh, 3-ball.
Wow.
Oh. All right, so dry. Both players dry.
And Stripes looked, actually, either one looked to be in reasonable position, but he doesn't have a great opening shot at a solid.
Yeah, I don't see any opening shot on a solid unless he plays like the 10-3 combo.
Yeah, it's only like, what's your other option? The 7 and the side?
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to have to take Stripes, I think. Which, the only big issue with Stripes is this. And it looks like the 14 does go on the side.
Yep, that's what I was looking at. But there's not really a natural ball to get it there. He's shooting this in the side. Look at this. Yeah, I don't love that shot by Dan. You know, now I think solids are the obvious choice. And yeah, the 1 ball is the problem here, but it's similar to is it the 10? I think if he clears that 7 out, I think the 1 goes in the side. I'm not 100% sure on that. But I think it's a lot, if it does, I think it's where the balls are. I think it's a lot easier to get to that shot. So now he's going to play 5 and then the 7. 5, 7, 3, 1, 2.
So we would like to thank Tony Benedict for being a sponsor of the Cooper Cup of TNT Heating and Cooling. He is sponsoring this event and the MVP award that will be coming up after this semifinals is over. So stay tuned for that after the match wraps up. I'm gonna try something new out, going live in the other room, and hopefully that works out good for you guys.
Now, Lance, let me ask you this. Say Ray wins this one and closes it out for his team. Who gets the MVP?
Yeah, that's I would probably have to say Rob Slota, because he's been a winner in every match involved.
Has Rogers lost?
Rogers lost a Scotch doubles match.
Okay. All right, so if that's true.
Yeah, I'd have to say, just quick thinking off the top of the head, it would have to go to Rob Slota.
So Rob was my initial thought, but I didn't remember that Rogers lost one, because if Rogers didn't,
it would be debate between them two for
exactly,
sure.
Especially with Rogers sealing the deal against the team in the first match today.
Yeah, Rogers and Heath lost 5-3 to Dan Usello and Kevin Kiley second
second match. Yep, that's right.
So if it wasn't for that blemish, then I would agree with you. But Rob, he was down 3-1 against Jordan Palacio, and they were down 2-0 in sets, and he came back, won 4 in a row, 5-3 winner. That stopped the bleeding, and they've won every set since.
Yeah, so agreed. I think if they do close it out, I think it's got to be Rob. And now Dan finding himself in a very funny spot here. He was looking good, but he got out of position here a little bit. Now he's going to try to play safety behind this 11 ball, I believe. Just a nice soft touch here. Didn't get behind the 11, but that's okay. I can't tell. If he can see the 5, that's... Yeah, you know what? No, he's got that whole 5 ball. So that's not as good as Dan would have liked. So here I think you maybe draw into the left rail and come back for the 7 ball, I think is the shot here. Yep, and that's what he played, and he got just about perfect on it. I think he can just roll this forward a little bit for the 2 next, and then it's going to be all about that 1 ball. Which is, it's not easy with the 9 ball where it is. If Ray could come further down table, it'd be easier to get around to that 1. Let's see how he plays it.
Tom, thanks for liking the stream. So Ray missed the 7 there. Dan's got a look at the 9. He could play the 9 and try to go into the 2 and then have the 11 next, but then he's going to have to deal with that 14 last.
Yeah, there's no good way to get on that 14 from here.
If
Not
I'm
that
Dan,
I see.
if I'm Dan, I might just hit the 14 with a bunch of right and bring the cue ball back up table and let the 1 hit the 8, and everything's gonna get all messed up. And he left a shot on the 7.
You know what? So I see what you're saying, but I don't necessarily hate that play. He didn't want to leave the shot on the 7, obviously. Right. He wanted that out a little bit further. But if he does block that shot, Ray's not got anything great, and Dan's balls are all in good position. Smart shot by Ray, not going for it. That's, that I would say is that is an experienced shot in 8-ball.
Alan, thanks for liking the stream. So, what's Dan gonna do?
Oh, just try to tie that 4-ball up.
That's not a bad shot. I'll tell you, that's not a bad shot.
Yeah, both these guys playing very smart right now. Neither of them trying to give anything away. I mean, from Dan's perspective, he cannot give anything away. And for Ray, you might think, oh, I'm in the driver's seat. My team's on the hill. They need 5 still. I'm up 1-0. I can just kind of free roll. But he's not playing that way. He's still playing smart. See what he does here.
So he's going to go for the out for now.
Oh, look at that, though. I think did the 9 get just in the way of that 1 ball, or does he still have it?
I think he can back cut the 2 and go into the 4, potentially freeing it up.
He's going to hit it thin enough to go right into that 4, you think?
I think so. I mean, that's really thin to back cut the 2. I don't even know if it's possible. It looks possible, but boy, is it tough. He might be banking the 4.
No, he's calling the 4. He called the 4 back, top right corner.
He even could have maybe played the 1 in the corner.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 1 in the corner to open it up.
Okay. Oh, and look at that. Wow. You couldn't ask for much better there.
Well, the
Obviously
1
not.
the 1 looks like it welded to the 8. So that's not great. But
ooh, yeah.
Dan,
okay. I wasn't looking at that.
If Dan takes his time here, he's got the best of it now. But he's got to hold the advantage, and it's not a huge advantage. So I think
that's not bad. If Ray could have made that one in the top left, then I think he could get shape on the 2 to open the 1 up. But it's a lot harder from where Dan just put that. I think it's the 14.
So Ray looks like he's going in on this. And he broke him open, but no good look, I don't think. Well, he might have called the 1 in the side. Maybe he's got just enough of the 1. There is a potential scratch in the other side you might have to look out for.
Especially with where that 14 is. You could run into the 14 square and... Okay.
Point.
It wasn't quite there.
Point. He didn't give up much, though. So, well, actually, Dan can pretty much just lag at the 14. I don't know if the 2 passes the 8.
Yeah, so I like this. With him on the rail as much as he is, I like trying to get that cue ball back behind the 8 ball here. Yeah, nice shot there. So for me, if he had another inch or 2 of space off the rail where he could have put a draw shot or a stun of something like that on the 14, then I like going for the out. Where it was, I think if he rolls that forward the way you're saying, it's going to make those next 2 a lot harder.
So Ray looking like he's eyeing up the side, which I didn't think he had enough of the 2 to get to the side, but he looks like he does.
I mean, he's definitely looking at it, but I don't know that it's there.
Yeah, watch your cue ball going underneath this 11. Yeah. And Dan catches a roll with the 11 going in, so he's only got to run 3 balls now, ball in hand. Start with the 14.
Right in the side, I think, right?
Yeah, whatever you want. Yeah, he's going to make the 14 in a straight line, preferably. Then come off and out.
He draws this back a little.
He's going to use the right long rail.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Just like that. And Dan's going to run out and knot this one up 1-1. And his team desperately needs it. And he's the captain, so... Can't ask for much more than having the captain up to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, and I know I talked to him before. and Dan was kind of feeling like, hey, we need one out of those first two, and then we're in the driver's seat. Obviously, they didn't get one out of those first two, but I know that Dan was going into this match feeling confident about it. You know, Ray's a very strong 8-ball player rather, but Dan was feeling good about this one, and obviously his team is in a pretty big hole here. But if he puts this one away, he's keeping them alive. All right, Ben says if Dan can't get his team back in it, then we may be seeing some open ranks early this week.
Yeah.
Ben, you're not wrong, and you know I don't think that's what Dan is thinking right now, but it could be a decent consolation prize for him. Oh, when he scratches on the break there, that's gonna be tough because look at that, it's a pretty open table. Yeah, that's gonna be tough. I like stripes here. Maybe get rid of that 9-ball first. Okay, he wants to get rid of that one. Oh wait, he's looking solids. Interesting. Okay, he hit that real good.
So he's got a good chance. He's got a good chance here.
I don't know that I love the way he played this though. If he gets it, he's got to get a good shot here.
He's got to go 3, 4, 7, 8.
Yep.
Shoots the 3 in the corner, and then then the cue ball will be about here, and then you shoot the 4, and you draw up to like here, and then you shoot the 7, and then the cue ball is like here, and then you shoot the 8, and that's enough scribbling.
But he's going 4 first. And yeah, wow, he's gonna get away with it. Look at that.
Yeah, so
I agree with you. I like playing the 3 first, but that's a difficult shot on the 3. But the way Ray played it, he was counting on getting lucky, and he did.
Yeah, he got fortunate there. Still has a little work to do.
Yeah, I think you kind of do you almost stun this up and play the 3 in the side?
Yeah, I want to go. Yeah, see, I would have stunned to get around that 11. Even if you go to the top rail and out, you end up with the corner or the side. Anything to avoid that 11. That 11 had to be avoided, but he can still cut it in and go like 2 to 3 rails. There is a potential scratch to worry about.
I feel like he's got to keep it to 2 rails though, because
wow,
he cranked that ball, and oh man, and he's gonna get away with it again. You know, he's playing smart. I mean, he's pocketing balls well, but that's, I think, in my opinion, two very fortunate rolls on this rack.
And let's see if he can make it count. It's a tough shot.
And he drills it.
Hit it great. And Ray with a 2-1 lead. All right, so Ray to break with a 2-1 lead, trying to close out for Kings of the Hill in this Cooper Cup semifinals. The other half of the semifinals will be next weekend here at Rax. Same thing, 2-day event, 2 p.m. Saturday and most likely 3 p.m. Sunday.
That one's going to be Team Born, featuring myself as the alternate. No big deal.
No big deal.
Against Gene Hunt. All right, and Ray gets a ball on the break. He's got a shot, but there's some work to do on the lower left side of the screen here.
This is a big rack. 3-1 or 2-2. Big difference here.
Yep, and it's going to be, how does he play this? Looks like he was Okay, you know what? I think he was trying to get shape on that 9 ball next.
Yeah.
And he didn't quite get there. Now he's got to play is that the 13? But I can't
Yeah,
tell if it goes by there.
I don't think it does.
No.
It might, but
It's
I don't know.
it's real close. He's looking at it like it doesn't. I think he's playing square into this and playing safety. Oh, he went for the carom.
And he owns that pocket now, so that's a good shot.
He does. Now let's see. Does Dan? If you're Dan, do you play that 4 straight up and bring it back, and then try to play safe, or do you could almost I almost like playing off the left side of that 4 ball and rolling the cue back onto the kind of top side of the 5. I don't think that leaves anything for Ray. You see what I'm saying a little bit here? You roll a little bit like here almost.
Yeah, that works. I mean, he's got, what, maybe rail first at the, maybe an edge of the 9?
Does he really? Oh my God, he does have it. But does he, is it thin enough that, no, I don't think the 8 ball's in play
the 8
here.
ball probably hit the rail. Yeah.
Oh,
And
wow.
look at this.
And he gets away with it, but he doesn't leave anything easy again
He
now.
might have a back cut at this ball on the side.
But you're running right into the 6 or 7-5 there. Maybe you hit, I guess you're going to, if you do make that, I guess you're hitting the 7-5 thin enough that you should be okay.
I mean, even if the cue ball leaks this way off the 7, he might end up with the 13 on the
Yep,
side.
yep. That's what he's playing.
All right, I don't think he's got either.
No, wow, look at that. A little bit unlucky. And that's a problem when you're playing it so thin and running into balls. It's hard to predict exactly how that cue ball is going to react.
Yeah.
And he got the worst of it on that one. Oh, God, does he have the back cut on this 9?
Oh, he might, but it's very tough.
And if he does, that cue ball is flying free.
Yeah, very little control of the cue ball if he does have it. But if he has it, he's got to shoot at it. He's got to do something.
Yep, and honestly, like there's a lot of balls that could get in the way, but it's possible that he's gonna have. Oh, okay, he plays safe. That's I don't hate the idea, but he just left a pretty wide open table for Dan. Dan's just got to execute here.
Yeah, start with the 4 ball in the corner, top left corner, and then we'll see where his cue ball is.
All right, hit that one a little firm. I think he was trying to leave the 6 or the 3. Oh, yeah. Little bit too firm. He's still got...
He might have the 1.
He does, and that's what he's looking at, which normally I wouldn't like that, but I also don't love shooting over the 2 ball, which I can't tell. I think it's past the 2 enough where he could still cue at the 6 pretty comfortably, but
I would shoot the 3 before the 6, just because you're
You
not
think?
jacked up on
Yeah.
the 3. Being jacked up is brutal.
All right, he hits that pretty good, but he's a little straight on the 5 here.
Yeah,
do you just bring this straight back? Or do you
for
roll?
what, though? I don't want to bring it back for the 3 because I don't want to be on the rail.
What if you bring it back for the 2?
What if you bring it back for the 7?
Ooh, even better. Yep.
Because remember, with the new cloth, you can cheat these pockets quite a bit.
Yep. And now
With
this one, I think you
confidence.
just stun a little bit. You don't want to bring this back too much here. You want to get this right back to center table if you can. Don't get on top of that ball. Oh, we
Now,
hit that good.
He might have the 2. Or if he doesn't, he's got the 6.
I like a stop shot on the 6. 6, 3, 2.
I like getting rid of the 2 if you can, because these are better to leave for last because of where the 8 ball goes in the corner. You don't want to leave the 2 for last. You want to either go 6,
Yeah,
2,
okay,
3.
okay.
I'd preferably like to get rid of the 2 now, and then just deal with the 6 and the 3, because those are your good 2 final balls.
But
for
I
the
just
8.
can't tell. It looks like he's going to roll this one more towards the left side of the table, which I don't want to leave the 6 in the side for last either. I think that's, I mean, it's not that it's unmakeable.
I think he can pocket the 2 and land around the circle. And
Okay.
then, depending on exactly where he lands, he could take the 6 and then the 3, or the 3
See, I
then
think
the
he's
6.
rolling more to the left side of the table. Let's see. The way he's queuing, though, I think he's going to have to come off the rail. Oh, no, you were right. You were right. He
Yeah,
brought
so
it. He was able
so
to
now
bring
he's
it
got
up.
a great line for the 3, draw back, and then you have the 6 in the same pocket, then you have the 8 in the corner.
Yep.
He navigated these nicely.
Yeah, agreed. So I thought he had more angle where he was going to have to put that cue ball further left on the table, but he hit that beautifully.
All right, that got a little bit wrong side here, but he's all right. He can just spin it in and hold, or he can punch through and go back and forth.
Yeah.
I would probably just hold. I'd probably just spin it in with some low left let the cue ball go out to here,
That's
and then
what-
just take my medicine on the 8.
I think that's what he's going to do. Dan doesn't want to try to do too much here, but we'll see how he plays it. Because the last thing you want to do is bury yourself. And he punched it. Okay. He wanted to come. He didn't want to come up table like that. You can see him scratching the back of his head in a little bit of frustration. You can see the sheen on that head a little bit on the screen there. So Dan's a little bit unhappy with that one, but he's still the favorite to make this shot. Oh no! Oh goodness, he must have double hit it.
Yeah, something goofy must happen there.
I didn't see it, but he obviously double hit that one. That's very unfortunate for Dan and good chemistry over here. All right, Ray taking his time with this one, looking to put himself up 3-1.
So Ray looking to pocket the safe ball and take a commanding 3-1 lead, trying to close out for Kings of the Hill.
I think it's his break next too. I'm not 100% on that.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right. Actually, no. I think it's going to be Dan's break.
Oh, yep, there it is. Okay, okay. All right. Got Dan Usello, the chemist, stepping up to break here. Definitely frustrated with himself after that last one. I still didn't see what happened, but he must have double hit that ball. But he's looking to make up for it here. He does pocket a ball. Good look at the 2. Pretty open table, but if he does choose solids here, which I think he has to, the 7 ball's in a bit of trouble. Looks like he can use the 1 ball to break him out. The problem with that is if you run into the 7 to break him out, you still have that top right corner blocked by, I think, the 14 up there. So if he can, he'd love to get in position where he can run into the 9 ball to open those out. But this is nothing easy here. I think Dan's going to draw this straight back and come off the rail back center table. No, he's playing forward. Okay. Oh, and he overrolled it a little bit. Actually, no. Maybe he still got it. Nope, he does not. All right, so yeah, it looked like Dan did overrolled that one a little bit. He wanted to leave the 1 on the side. He didn't quite leave it. Now he's going to play the 3 up in the corner. And, that's okay. If he's going to miss that, because he was going for the breakout there, which if he makes it and hits the breakout, that's as good as you could hope for. But with missing the ball, very fortunate that he did not open those up. And he left Ray pretty tough here. He had the 11 in the side. Where's he going to leave him?
That 7-9 is a big problem for both parties here.
Right, but now with Dan, honestly, Dan missed that 3 ball, but now if he can get into shape, because what I was saying before, you could use that 1 ball to open him up if you're Dan, but you don't want to hit the 7 first, because then you're still going to have the 14 blocking that corner up there. Oh, and Dan's just swinging.
7 is solved now, but now Ray's got a good chance to run out here. All the balls are open. So can Ray run out and bring his team to the hill, the double hill?
Yep, this would be double hill for the Kings of the Hill here. Let's see, I don't think he wanted to run into the 6 ball, but he should still be okay. Just a thin cut on this one here. Maybe the 10 ball next. The one thing, he doesn't want to play that combo up in the corner if he doesn't have to. So he wants to find a way to get the 14 out of there and then leave himself a good shot. I mean, the combo's there if he has to take it, but it's not ideal.
Yeah, so he can take the 14 now.
You just got to make sure you get around, either hold it, and I think the 9 still goes in the lower right corner, and maybe that's the best shot if you can hold it.
Yeah, roll it in, and then shoot the 9 next.
Yep.
And then the 11.
Yeah, because there's just too much congestion up there to try to come around table on that shot. And this is pretty natural here if you can pocket it. And he does. Look at that. And that should be it for this rack. All right, Ray taking a commanding 4-1 lead in this set here. One more, with him to break as well. Okay. So Ray wins this one, and that's it for his team.
Double hill has been reached with the break. And just so you guys know, I'm going to try to bring you the MVP award as soon as this wraps up, so don't go anywhere. So Ray gonna headball break, and both players have been breaking dry. And ball in the side, 5 ball in the side. Pretty congested.
Yeah, not a pretty layout here.
The stripes are open, but the solids are kind of congested all around the 8.
I don't see a great shot at either one to open it up here. Do you bank the 10 maybe?
He could go into him now with a bunch of low right just to free the 8.
Well, see, I don't love that though. I mean, now because he
can take care of this problem now, but he's got a new problem here.
Exactly, and alternatively now he's opened it up for Dan. So if he can't get out now, Dan's
would have a good chance to get out. So things might be moving here. He might go into the 6. The 6 banks and opens these up. No. All right, so now trouble.
See, and this is interesting. I feel like Ray is playing. Ray's feeling really comfortable right now, and he's not playing the game that he's been playing. He's been playing pretty conservatively, just smart, moving 8-ball, and he's not doing that right now. And he may have just gotten himself into trouble. Oh, he hit that one good, though. Maybe he was trying to get a little bit more underneath the 4 now, but that he hit that really well. Looks like Dan's got the 3. Not an easy one here.
So he makes it. He's off. He makes the starting ball, so now he's got the 2 up in the corner.
Yeah,
and he can go in. Well, he doesn't have to move the 8 because it goes on the side after the 2-1's removed.
Yeah, I think you can just hold this for the 1 in the same corner, and then 4, 7, 6, 8 probably.
So now it's probably going to look like 6 7. Get rid of the 1 now.
Yeah, it's got to be 1 now. But I would think
the 6. The 6 is a little tricky. If it
the 6 goes in either side or the top right corner, or depending on where you roll. I think the 6 goes in 4 of the 6 pockets here, 5 of the 6 pockets.
Now he would love to take care of the 6, 6, 7, 4, 8, or 6, 4, 7, 8.
So I don't love leaving the 4 for the last object ball. With where the 8 is behind the, I think the 12.
He's gonna go 7, 4, 6, 8.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, lays pretty natural. Pocket the 4. Have your cue ball come off into this general area. Nice little 6 in the corner, 8 in the side. 4 to 2.
Yeah, he hit that good. Basically a stop shot here, looks like.
It might have an angle going to the rail and out a little bit.
Yeah, you just don't want to cinch it if you have the angle.
Oh, boy.
So he tried to play the stop shot. I think he should have maybe cheated it into the rail and came back out.
So Ray, he's got a shot on the 9 or the 12 in the side.
I kind of like the 9 first.
Because you can actually go into the 11 or do something next. And if you fail to, you have the 15 on the side as backup.
Yeah, I feel like I like the 9.
And then try to just
15,
roll like over
12,
here.
11.
If you could cut the 9 and roll over there for the 11 in the same pocket, would be great.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Okay, I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
That's a great shot.
It looks like Ray's going to run out here, get it done.
Yeah, this should be it.
So the 11, and then the 15, and then the 12.
Yep.
And the 8.
Yep, he hit that perfectly. Now it's just a little stun over to this, just past the side pocket where he's pointing.
Yeah, it looks like Ray's going to get it done, and it looks like Kings of the Hill are going to advance out of this semifinals to the finals of the 2024 Cooper Cup for the win for Kings of the Hill.
And look at that. After being down 2-0 after the first 2 sets yesterday, they win 7 straight to win it.
So guys, don't go away. We're gonna tune in for the MVP. Who's gonna win the MVP? So stay with us, and don't mind I'm changing this. This is normal. We're good. Congratulations to Kings of the Hill, and stay with us for the MVP presentation.
Yeah, I think Lance has got something fun for this right side of the screen. So everybody, make sure you hang around.
Yeah, I'm gonna try something out here. And we will be right back with you. Stay tuned.
All right, if I can have everybody's attention real briefly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. A lot of pressure. First off, I think it's fair to say a round of applause to both. You know, it's a somber mood for one team. For the other team, you guys are moving on to the Cooper Cup Finals, May 18th, May 19th. Voted by the Good Chemistry team, the MVP for this year, semifinal number 1 from Kings of the Hill, donated by Tony Benedict, owner of TNT Heating and Cooling, is Robert Slota. It looks like he doesn't want it. Hey, great job. Real quickly, I do want to thank Tony Benedict for being a sponsor during this year's Cooper Cup semifinals. Also, thank you to yesterday's Day One timekeeper, Sarah Archer, and thank you to you guys for being part of a great community. Thank you, and we'll see you next week. Natural Born Killers versus Team Hunt. Maybe it's the Huntsman. They haven't decided yet, but we're hoping for just another good, exciting matchup. So thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
So do I. You're taking another one? Yeah.
So that concludes the coverage of the 2024 Cooper Cup semifinals. Tune in next weekend for the other half of the semifinals. Thank you all for tuning in, and we will catch you next time.
For many times I was laughed at and not believed in, but it was still a kid with a dream and a belief in himself.
I feel I still have room to improve. I still set goals for myself to strive for. I'm never complacent with what I've achieved.
We have money, we have everything, we have fame. But the most important thing is the family. Keep your family healthy, good, and take care of your family, because this is the most important thing in the world.
Failing to prepare was preparing to fail. The night before a game, I ate the same food. I went to bed at the same time. I got up, I ate the same breakfast. Some people call it superstition, but it's a routine.
I went on the courts with just a ball and a racket and a hope.
Because you might be actually not feeling great physically or mentally, you're drained, but the confidence somehow gets you through. And when you don't have confidence, that's then when you have to sort of trust all the hard work you've done, and you have to keep on working hard so success comes back.
I make mistakes, but I strive every day to be a perfectionist.
Set yourself a definite goal and work hard toward that goal, and don't let anything or anyone stop you in the process, no matter what it is.
I didn't really care about the standings or, the perception of my style or whatever, as long as I could keep learning these new tricks. And so as I was successful in competition and winning a lot of the events, my job was just to keep getting better.
All of you, I know you got him. I know you got him picked, but the man's in trouble. I'm going to show you how great I am.
People perform better when there's no safety net. People perform better in sports and everything else if you don't have a plan B.
We were down 1-0. If you walked into our locker room at halftime, you thought we were up 3-0.
Nothing external can defeat the internal. The only thing that can take someone down or break you down is internal. Nothing external is strong enough.
You just never give up, because you never know what can happen. You never know who you can inspire and who you can influence.
I'm
not going to go out and say I'm the greatest this or that. I was a kid with a dream. That's it.
You have to fail in order to climb that ladder.
You are fighting the greatest fight of all times.
And I fought because I knew